Hello friends, have a nice day. Friends, this is Professor Dr. G.S. Vajire from Department of Electronics, Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola. On behalf of Department of Electronics, I welcome you all for BSc second year, semester 4. Friends, the title of subject for this semester is Communication Electronics and Microprocessor 8085. Today we will discuss about unit first, which is modulation and demodulation. Before going in detailed discussion about communication system, let us have a brief history and evolution of communication system. Before the invention of languages, human being was using primitive sign languages. Actually, these sign languages that includes body language, facial language or any kind of body parts. Later on, due to limitations of distance, this primitive sign language was insufficient to express the signals. Human being used to pound or play drum or any kind of sound using any instrument. Again, this drum or sound effects was having some distance limitations. Therefore, they used to use smoke signals. Again, these smoke signals, it was having the limitations of day and night time. So during night times, they used to fire signals to indicate the particular signs. Later on, horseman was used to convey the messages up to long distance. Thereafter, pigeons was used to carry the message, and later on, the concept of postman was developed for carrying the messages. Now, after postman, modern telegraph system was developed by the scientists. Later on, telephone system were developed. Later on, radio system were developed. After few developments, television system were developed to convey the messages along with the video signals. Again, later on, for long distance communication, or we can say personal communication, pagers were developed, and after few years that pagers were converted into mobiles and cell phones. And finally, the recent development in communication is using internet and optical fiber communications. So these are the historical developments, or we can say evolution of communication system. Now in this slide, if we try to see the contents of left side, all these are using manual way of communication. That means here we are not going to use any kind of electric or electronic signal. Similarly, if we try to concentrate on this right hand side, all these systems uses electrical or electronic way of communication, and that's why this right side systems are normally known as electronic communication systems. For all kind of electronic communication system, we need to use particular radio frequency bands and its spectrum. Radio frequency is measured in terms of specific unit. It is called as hertz, and normally the frequency is defined as the number of cycles per unit second. Here, the complete radio frequency spectrum is classified in number of bands, and that bands are related to particular frequency. For example, below 300 Hz, this radio frequency band is known as extremely low frequency. In short, it is called as ELF. Similarly, the second band that starts from 300 Hz to 3 kHz, it is known as infra low frequency. In short, it is called as ILF. And similarly, this various classification of bands, it is shown here. Next band, which is shown as very low frequency, in short we call as VLF. Next band, it is low frequency. Later on, it is medium frequency. Next is high frequency, then very high frequency, then ultra high frequency, then super high frequency, then extremely high frequency, and upmost it is tremendously high frequency. In short, it is called as THF. Now let us discuss about the basic block diagram of electronic communication system. Now as this is a system, it includes first block as a transmitter, second block as a signal processor, and third block as a receiver. Right now just try to concentrate on red letters. Here transmitter is used to transmit or to send the information towards signal processor. Now in this signal processor, the particular signal is processed for particular kind of parameters which are related to signal. That parameters may related to amplitude, may related to frequency, may related to phase, or it may related to some amplification of signal or even reduction of signals. And later on that processed signal it is transmitted to receiver. Now receiver will receive signal, get information accordingly. Now in this process, this receiver is not only receiver, he also works as a transmitter, because again in order to transmit some signal, then again that signal will come to signal processor. Again after processing that signal, it will come to the receiver. Now this receiver, which was previously working as a transmitter, so here we can say receiver and transmitter both are having the same terms. Technically this kind of communication, it is called as two-way communication. That means here transmitter can send signal to receiver, and even receiver can transmit signal towards the transmitter. Now in this slide, if we try to block this particular signal processor block, and if the signal is transmitted directly from transmitter to receiver, let us see what happens. This is called as direct transmission, and here we have to discuss the limitations of this direct transmission, or even later on we will call it need of modulation. Now as per the theory of antenna, its actual height should be lambda by 4. This lambda is wavelength of the frequency. For 10 kilohertz frequency, this wavelength lambda, formula is lambda equals to C by F. Now here C is a light waves and F is frequency of audio signal that we are going to transmit. If we substitute this value of lambda in the above formula, then the height of antenna, it is lambda by 4, and by substituting this value of lambda, we get height of antenna equals to 7.5 kilometers. And of course this height of antenna, which is highly, or we can say quite impossible. Second point, that regards to operating range. If the audio frequency signals are directly radiated into the space, they can't be transmitted over large distance due to its less energy. That means due to less energy, they are having some limitations of operating range. Next point, it is regarding interference of the signals. Due to direct transmission of signals, these signals will be mixed with each other, and as a result it will very difficult to select and listen a particular station, because all the signals, they are in audio range. We are not using any signal processor. And last point, it relates to wireless communication, or we can say mobile communication. The efficiency of radiation is poor if they are radiated directly into the space. Hence the waves get attenuated and wireless communication will not be so effective. So if we conclude all these 4 above points, then we can say that an audio signals cannot be sent directly into the space over a large distance. For such a long distance communication, we call it as telecommunications, the process of modulation is necessary. So in this regard, we can say this topic also indicates that why the modulation is necessary or why modulation is needed. Now in this slide, let us discuss what is modulation. Basically, modulation is the process of superimposing the information contents of a modulating signal on a carrier signal. Here, information contents means the signal that we have to transmit. This is also called as modulating signal, and this modulating signal is superimposed over the carrier signal, which is of the high frequency. So by varying the characteristics of carrier signal according to the modulating signal. Here we can say there are two signals. One is modulating signal or the audio signal of low frequency, and second is carrier signal or carrier wave, which is of some high frequency. Now in this process, the modulating signal is superimposed, or in simple language we can say mixed with carrier signal, and then the modulated signal is generated. So another way we can say the modulation is the process of superimposing or overriding the low frequency signal on a high frequency carrier signal. So the basic meaning of both the definitions is same, which indicates that the modulation is the process of superimposing the low frequency signal over high frequency signal, which creates the modulated signal, and that modulated signal it is transmitted for the next purpose. So let's stop here. Thank you very much.